Kickoff unit all lined up, and we're ready to put toe to leather. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Rebels offense will get the first crack at it here. And they're going to be met by one of the best defenses in the nation, David. And I know seeing a defense doing what they want, when they want to do it, makes you a happy man.
Well, defense is starting to make a comeback. Like, I'm excited about this new era of football. Like, we're seeing better tackling and we're seeing better coverage than we were a couple years ago. And this defense is fun to watch them on tape, fun to talk to their coaches. Jesse, this defense has been consistent all year long.
And they're dialed in and they're so talented. They've got multiple NFL draft picks on that side of the football, and they don't have to change a lot week to week. This defense dominates. They do what they do, and they don't care if you know it. You can't do anything against them.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. They're going to ride this running back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun. Wants to pass. Makes the grab. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. And the Rebels will try to pin them back with the punt. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. And the coverage team down there to touch the ball. No return on this play. And this running game might have a huge advantage when they get to the second level of this defense, David.
Well, and this is a big challenge. Like, you're overmatched. You understand this guy is a top-shelf player, and I'll be honest, this defense has kind of struggled a little bit this season, but this individual matchup, you got to get him on the ground. You got to find a way to corral him, slow him down. He can't be the game wrecker. If that's the case, it's going to be too easy for this offense.
And if you're on offense, you got to be thinking, let's dominate in the trenches and let's get our star running back into the second level against this linebacker. We've got an athletic advantage at that position. So if we can free him up into the second level of this defense, make him make guys miss, those are going to be explosive plays for the offense.
He'll step out of bounds at the 23-yard line after a productive play for this offense. Completion a little short of the sticks. It's 2nd down. He's got it on the right. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Really good start to this drive. They've moved the chains a couple of times. They've created some space. They'll snap it from the 36. And his throw is incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. He makes the grab.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender. They're closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him, get him to the ground for a minimal gain.
Now the play fake. Here comes the heat. And that 3rd down pass had some serious juice, but they couldn't hook up. The punt team makes its way onto the field. Gets his first one of the day away, and that matches his total from that victory last week. Rebels offense is back on the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Oh, he's got some space. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Quarterback on the keeper. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Rebels are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. And the Rebels decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. Guys, this offense will go back on the attack. They'll send the tight end in motion. Leaves it with the running back. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Safe little shovel pass. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete on the right side. Absolutely nowhere to go as his defense makes a 3rd down stop. They kick it away on 4th down. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. UNLV is ready to go back to work on offense. Trying to start the drive with a pass. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. 3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. Throws to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down. The Rebels will call on their punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Catches it at the 15. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. Here comes the offense onto the field again. Off play action on 1st down. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Play action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
That 1st down was rather unproductive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down from the 16. Wants to go up top. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Soft spot in the middle. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Gets it out fast. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Line getting set on 2nd down. Give to the running back. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. Leaves it with the back. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker. And here comes the punt team. And that is an excellent punt as it lands out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. This drive will start at the 6-yard line. Starts a drive trying to go up top. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. They And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. Quick handoff. Nice move there. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. The give to the back. And he'll be stopped for no gain and will be stopped for the end of the first quarter. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Sometimes you see the offenses sort of settle in, find areas to probe after that first quarter. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Here's the handoff. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. On target to the left. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line.
And that's a first down for the offense.
He'll pull it on the read. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line, a loss of 1. And the Rebels have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Quickly out to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Now facing a 3rd and long. Takes the handoff. It's McCoy. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. They'll start this drive going to the air. Makes the grab. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
2nd down.
They'll give it to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. And now on 3rd down after that last run.
Brings up 3rd down.
They'll try to run for it. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's 1st down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Working that left side now.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You could tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB,
breaks into the open.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the 2nd level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Coastal Carolina is down, but they are not out of it. Not there on the surf turf in Conway, one of the more enjoyable places to watch a game in all of college football.
Back to the ground game on the left. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Defense came on the field with fresh legs, and here on just the second play of the drive, they're able to get a sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Got it, looking for the first down. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. The Rebels send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Guys, this offense coming back out onto the field. The give to the back. Oh, it gives him the tough stiff arm. He'll go out of bounds, but a solid pickup on the run. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. Off the play fake. It's complete. And they knocked him down, but he got past the line to gain. Now on 1st down from the 43-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. The throw to the outside is complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. They'll go back to the ground. Made a defender miss. It's a running room. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown. You're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
The AT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. There he goes. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. And the Rebels, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4. Back to pass on 2nd down. Catch in the middle, it's Punga. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Could that be the play that finally wakes them up? Just not a lot of good going on offensively here in this first half. They've only got 3 points to show for their efforts. They haven't been throwing it a lot, but they took a shot there. They got a chunk play. Now they're in a position. They need to score a touchdown here before the half is over.
Caught in the backfield, it's Punga. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. On target over the middle. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
Good enough for a first
Off the
down.
play fake on first down to throw. Still looking. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
This is one of the things that makes this defense so tricky is they've got incredible speed at the inside linebacker position. Not only can they go sideline to sideline, run east-west, but they can run downhill on blitzes, and they can get to your quarterback.
So now on second and long, you start to think just don't fall out of field goal range. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fakes to grab. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. The Rebels come to the line with a new set of downs.
Timeout, UNLV.
Off play action. He's got it. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Rebels trying to cash it in on first and goal. Use the play fake, now to throw. Here's a heat. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. The Rebels want to pick up the tempo. Second down, he'll throw it. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
The next time the offense gets down at this point of the field, they need to run the football because this is what's happening when they're trying to throw it in back-to-back plays. 2 negative plays in a row, not good.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. That'll make it a 1-possession game. The lead is 8.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
He'll bring it out. It's Harmon. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the offense has had enough. They'll take a knee and wrap up this first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, many thanks. Happy to provide a break in the action to kind of bore over exactly what has transpired so far. And this linebacker has left his big old paw prints all over this first half. He's been clogging running lanes and forcing turnovers, and even when he's not doing something that shows up on the stat sheet, he's preventing that offense from doing so. A young man with all-American potential. Either way, it's time to find out. Back to the best in the biz for the start of this third quarter.
And the Rebels will kick it off to start the second half.
Take this one away.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. He'll keep it himself. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll go to the ground. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on third and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got his man. love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his man in the middle. He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. He'll do it himself. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Back to pass. Got his man on the right. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call.
Hold it.
Well, when your quarterback has already been sacked 4 times, shouldn't be some big surprise if the O-line gets called for holding. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. It's complete to the right. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down.
Well, that time on 3rd and long, they just took what the defense gave him. Nothing down the field. They were hoping maybe he could make somebody miss after the catch. Wasn't able to do it, so now it sets up 4th.
The Rebels will bring the punt team onto the field. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. Waves the arm for the fair catch, and the catch is made close to the 30-yard line. And let's see what kind of ball plays this offense has ready. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The play action fake. Throws to the tight end. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection. If they're going to keep this drive going, they'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Runs through a tackle. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They bring the punter onto the field now. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity leverage. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he's stopped. Rebels offense is back on the field. The offense goes back to work, and the defense is keeping them in it right now. They just really haven't gotten much done when they've had the football. Got some of the work done on 1st down. Let's see what they have on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Zings it complete to the right. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. And the Rebels line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Makes it past the marker. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Looking to throw on 1st down. Caught near the sticks. It's McCoy. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Rebels are moving quickly down the field. On the move, it's McCoy. stop just inside the 25. We'll mark it at the 24. Pickup of 10 and a first down.
And first down for the offense.
To the air on first down. Right down the middle. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? They'll run play action. Just a short pass to the tight end. Turning it on. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. The inside handoff. He's going to lose a yard on that one. And this kicker is turning into old reliable. He's already knocked through a couple today. They picked the spot. It's going to be about a 37-yard attempt. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. That'll cut this lead down to 5.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
On the run from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. The give to the tailback. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wants to go up top. Flips it out to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Looking to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Harmon. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Looking downfield on first down. It's complete to the left. Getting closer and closer to midfield, out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 47. Second down coming up. Running back searching for a hole. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The offense sets up shop at the 46 on first down. Fullback's got it. Breaks the tackle. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Working well behind the sticks on second down. The running back has it. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. This feels like 4 down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. Working on the right. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Takes the handoff. It's Booker. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. And this defense has to step forward. Not only do they have to get a stop, they've got to do it quickly to keep that. And he hammers his way in for a touchdown.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a two-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up. But getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And after the extra point, they're on top by 12. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week in the American Fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Kansas State needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there and the Little Apple behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback.
Will take over. 1st and 10.
Off the play fake on 1st down. Pocket breaking down. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
And the Rebels with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Flips it out in the flat. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Fires to the tight end. Finds enough room to get it to the 21 before going out of bounds. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Rebels will punt this one away.
In punt formation to kick it away.
Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Oh, he makes the catch. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Power football with the run. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got his man quickly. Dragged down at the 43, but they've got it in enemy territory. They picked up 10 and give him a 1st down.
And that is another.
Run it with the fullback. Fighting off the defender. Tried to fight his way forward, but he didn't even make it back to the line of scrimmage.
2nd down coming up.
To the air on 2nd down. He's got his man across the middle. And he's brought down after a nice game. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's 1st down. They'll try the run. It's a fumble. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. He's loose down the left side. The 30. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
It's a big mountain to climb, but the defense helping themselves out by getting that takeaway. They're going to need a few scores now, but you needed something positive to happen. You needed the momentum to shift, and I think the defense just did that by getting the takeaway.
UNLV is ready to go back to work on offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Win with the running game on 1st down, now back at it. They'll move the tight end. Trying play action. Pressure coming. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
You can just see the excitement this defense has every play. They're almost wishing this quarterback drops back to throw because they know they're going to get home to him. That's the 6th time they've registered a sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
Goodness gracious, this is a master class, a clinic on how to get to the quarterback. The 7th sack of the game, are you kidding me? That's a season for some teams. They've lived in the backfield.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
And the offense takes the field, ready to go back to work. Handoff to the fullback. Ball is loose. No, look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it. With a 1st down, they'll snap it from the 32. Takes this handoff and headed to the right. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass.
This is no surprise to defenses.
This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. Their defense came up with a big stop now to see if they can turn it into points. Creates a little room. Oh, he's got some space. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. And the Rebels want to crank the tempo. Wants to throw on 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's Punga. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. From the gun. Oh, they're after him. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Under fire. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. A touchdown here on 3rd and goal really ratchets up the game pressure. Fires to the wideout. Wideout trying to get it in. He's forced out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4, and they save the touchdown, at least for now. Looking to throw. Here's the pressure. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. Caught behind the line. It's Barnes. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. The give to the big fullback. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still, just a very short gain. The defense calls the timeout, their 2nd of the day, as they try to get their act together. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense, it brings up a 4th down. So they couldn't get it done on 3rd down. Now they'll line up in punt formation. He'll haul it in right around the logo. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Rebels offense is back on the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Going to swing it on second down. Escapes trouble. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Breaks into the open. And he's out of bounds after the nice gain, and maybe that is finally the spark to get this passing game going.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
The Rebels will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Incomplete. He threw that one up for grabs and into traffic. Fortunate to get it back. Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's 3rd and long. Lets it fly deep downfield. And good coverage and better hands on that shot to the end zone. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt. Fires toward the end zone. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
Yeah, and they're trying to get something going here. Obviously, got to make something happen quick late in the 4th quarter, and that might be their last chance, their last real shot. Now they turn the football over, and it's just not looking good. That clock is really working against them.
After the stumble earlier this year, a lot of people wrote this team off. People might be searching for spots on the bandwagon again now.
Yeah, give this coaching staff a lot of credit too, Reese, because they made a few tweaks and adjustments schematically to their personnel as well, and they've really now seemed to find a nice rhythm.
And it's hard to find that early in the season, but the good teams figure out who they are, what they do well, and you can tell they're starting to get in a groove, figure out who does what well, and maximize that and accentuate that.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.